How you doing, friendo? Terrible start. Not the music. There we go. Hi, Jimmy. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening. Welcome to the 9 o'clock news. I'm your anchor, Thor Buttock. Today's top story. Talking trash producer, Mr. Tim Snyder was swallowed whole by a whale. But he's okay. He just ran around till he was all pooped out. Good evening, Talking Trashers.
Oh, my God.
My name is Tim. I'm a very grateful alcoholic. Tonight we have two very special returning guests. We have creator Manny Vitale of My Fight, Our War Music and Mayhem. This guy's got 6.2 thousand followers, but he only follows 1,000 bigger. Also, Billy B in the studio, so buckle up, kids. We are going to have a blast. Back to Tim with the weather and sports.
We are going to have a blast. I don't know what the weather is because I don't leave the house, but as far as sports goes, I watched the Spokane Chiefs win the championship in their league and go to lift their trophy, and the trophy fucking disintegrates in their hands. Falls apart right in the middle of the ice. Funny, one of the funnier things I've seen. So yeah, let's do our preamble and then get into this thing. Kaisa did our preamble, and it's a good one. She is good. So here we go.
This is our humble broadcast where ethics and personal anonymity are of the utmost importance. We run this podcast as an act of service to those whose lives have been affected by addiction. We do not do it for profit or notoriety. We place principles before personalities. We benefit from this podcast just as much as anyone else. We all work programs and choose to sacrifice our own anonymity to spread the message that recovery is possible. We do this thing in an attempt to show as living examples that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, our experience can benefit others. Not only is that the 9th step promise, it's our creed we abide by here on Talking Trash. We feel called to uphold AA and NA's principles. We firmly believe that you can only keep what you have by giving it away.
Please join us for a moment of silence followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Here is your Talking Trash starting lineup. Let's meet the team, shall we? Number 9 at forward, Tim Snyder. He's cool. I mean, kind of. Hailing from the Great White North is our host, Jimmy Leibel. Great team member. We love him to death, even though he's Canadian. It's a fact. Everything's bigger in Texas, and our girl Kaisa's recovery is gigantic. And then there's Willie Duggs. Will lives in a trailer. And we love him. All right. Let's get into it.
Yeah! Here we go now. 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 Here we go now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 98 of Talkin Trash. My name's Tim, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I screwed that up at the meeting tonight, too. Accidentally at an AA meeting, sharing it, saying I'm an addict 5 times in a row, and then I realized what I did. Yeah, when you go to those meetings, you need to keep the group conscious, at least for another 40 years till the old heads die off. You need to, if you're at a... if you're at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, you should say just replace drugs and whatever with alcohol. Just show the group there. But the only people that are going to yell at you, the guys are 75 years old and have been sober 39 years. So, yeah, that's it. I hosted a meeting tonight. I chaired. That's how I met Billy through that meeting. Talk about anonymity. And I don't know. I like. I'm not comfortable chairing or even doing this. I'm not comfortable with any of this stuff. So I feel better than I have in a long time. So it's something's helping. AA has been great. I have an AA meeting 3 minutes away from my house, 3 days a week, all the same people. So it's been a blessing for sure. And then what did I say? I bring up good topics and I speak well until I say something so stupid that it's like it nullifies any intelligence that I actually heard. So we were talking about lying tonight. I brought up the topic lying. Great, it was a great topic. Really enjoyed it. People really, it's hard to lie about lying. You know what I mean? Especially being addicts, we lied to do everything. We lied to get our drugs. We lied to go to, whatever we did. We were lying because, and what I said tonight, what I always thought was so profound. I'm so smart. What I said tonight I thought was interesting. It just kind of fell out of my mouth as I'm word vomiting. Um, when I start believing my own lies, that's where I get into dangerous waters because I make decisions off those false beliefs, and now I'm making bad decisions, right? So it's like one thing leads to another. Told everybody not to lie, get the hell out of there. Somebody can clean up the coffee bar. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge AA guy. Billy and Kaisa are. I go for the group therapy and to do service work, try and give back. And yeah, I believe in AA. I believe in the steps. Some shit's antiquated, but it is what it is. Which brings me to my point. Our esteemed guest we have on here tonight, Manny, didn't go to AA or NA or Celebrate Recover or whatever. He just did it. And Manny's the kind of guy that will just do that shit and be done with it. But like most people aren't. Most people aren't Manny Vitale. But all the respect in the world for a guy who can pull that off. I don't think I've met any other Manny Vitales. So you're in good company. So that's my bullshit. Welcome to the show, everybody. There's all 5 of us. God damn, it's hot in here. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna round the horn and see how everybody's doing. Oh, I'm looking right at the animation. Maybe I'll do that. Billy, go. How are you, Billy? Billy, yeah. Oh, you're on mute, dummy. You were on mute, Billy. I know. Yep. Way to go. You ruined it already. Hey, how you doing?
I know. Ruined the whole show. Oh, I'm good. Actually, a little bit tired. I had to do a little bit of work today for another nonprofit I work for. But other than that, grateful to be here. Grateful to be sober.
Attaboy. Billy works in the film industry. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but
No,
Billy
that's correct.
Okay, Billy has he's been on your TV screens probably a couple of times, and you didn't even know it. You're just thinking to yourself, "Wow, that guy's a good-looking guy." It was Billy, believe it or not. So, shocker. He sends me a couple of pictures of him on a set here. I'll put those up in a few minutes. Billy, we're thankful to have you. Thankful you're here. And Will, unfortunately, his aunt passed away, and our hearts go out to him and his family. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, when one of our team hurts, the whole team hurts. Like we all feel it. That's why this show works, because we get off that text message and we're doing the same thing. We're just continuing our nonsense. Which is why we have a segment called Out of Context, where I blow up everybody's personal information and comments. I didn't do that one tonight, though. So, yeah, that's how we work, is just caring about each other. So, Will, we're thinking about you. Hope you're okay. Don't smoke any meth while you're down there, and I think you'll be all right. Just get back here. Get back to your trailer where it's warm and it's safe, and then we'll go camping together at the end of the month. Billy's going to come with us, so there you have it. All right, Kaisa, how are you, honey?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yeah. So, I got the opportunity, to go see my mom today because she's in a rehab facility because she took a fall last week and I couldn't get her up. And so we had to put her in the hospital for a while. So she seems to know what's going on, and she knows she's going to be there for a couple more weeks. She also noticed that I had a different purse, so that's a plus, really. People probably think that's stupid, but
I know.
you know, for someone
girls love
who
that
is,
shit.
you know, going to be 85 and not all there anymore, it's nice to see that. So
I think you just like getting compliments because you are pretty today. You have your hair all done up. You have, I don't know, you're coming in hot there, Kai.
thank
Very
you.
hot. Oh, that's good. How's work and all that shit? Crazy.
Well, you know, it's pretty good. My co-worker took call this weekend, so I didn't have to go in. And actually, I did go in to get my hair cut because my hairdresser does everybody's in the office. So anyway, but I have to work, so that's good.
right.
You know, it's better than a sharp stick in the left eye. So
That's a fact.
I'm grateful.
Fact on fact. You were just reminding me. I don't know what did of Phyllis Klaber, and has their last name. She lost a son to addiction, and you know, she came on and told a powerful story. She was very on point about her emotions. She brought me to tears. Like I put myself in that situation. You know, I played out this morbid event where my oldest died in a car accident or something, and how I would feel, so I could kind of relate to her, not empathize with her, but maybe sympathize for her. So I did. I tried doing that. Tried thinking about my daughter, all that shit, and that's a rough thing. So she actually went through that, and she has made it her job to come on here and share her message, which is a powerful one. I sent her a couple emails, and then she called me last night out of nowhere. Just called me, and it's the phone. I talked to her for half an hour, just like, all right, I'm doing stuff. She's talking, but she's a good one. So we're gonna keep her in our family, just like Manny, the sober sessions. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Oh, I like this guy. I like this
cool.
dude.
He's cool. He looks like
He's
PD
on some of my
Pop-Off.
pages. Yeah,
Right? Is he? All right. Well, welcome, sober sessions.
good stuff.
Actually, we have quite a few people watching, more people watching at the 12-minute mark than usual. So just I'd be remiss if I didn't say, hang in there. We're going to talk about recovery for like 45 minutes. Our show's a little gimmicky, kind of the opposite of what Manny does. Manny just goes on his toilet and he starts nailing live shows.
Hey, shit happens.
Exactly. I eat on the toilet because, you know, out with the old, in with the new.
Just like recycling, you know, just recycle.
Just recycled that joke. So
Sorry,
anyway,
the vision is just not good.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
can't have nice things. Thanks,
yeah,
Tim.
this is why we can't. I know. Oh yeah, so we have we have a different show than Manny. We put on like I don't know, like a gimmicky game show thing, and I did that to hope people see it and click on it and see what we're about. Watch a few minutes because we're busting balls, and then all of a sudden we're talking about somebody's dying of an overdose, and we can hit it hard when we have to, but we try to keep it light, have a few laughs, because what's the point of recovery if you can't? And that's that. So let's check in with Jim live before we hit the Manny train. What's up, Jimmy boy?
Hey, well, sorry, my earphones aren't working. I'm trying to make them work, but that's why I was a little bit late. But yeah, I'm doing well. It was a great week. Just looking forward to tonight, and looking forward to our wonderful guest, Manny. And Manny's back on his bike. Good for you, buddy.
Yes, the doctor said I can't.
Took his training wheels off, and he proved them wrong. Good for you.
I did.
Yeah, right on. Good to see you.
All right, so there you have it. That brings me to my boy, Manny of Vitale. And only he could do it on the willpower, Manny Vitale. Most people can't do it, but he's a different breed. Manny's an ex-cop, an ex-biker. I don't know if that's right, ex-biker, retired cop. I don't know. He used to do those things, and yeah, he's got a hell of a story. We're gonna hear some of it tonight. We heard a lot. We heard the whole thing, I think, on episode 92. Whenever we were all dressed up in shamrocks and get a St. Patrick's Day. That's the one. Yep. Watch it. It's got a lot of views, and I've shared that with a lot of people. A lot of people like that. But the majority of the few hundred people that are watching have already heard that. So we're just going to be like a team together. Manny will probably lead us, knowing him, but like for the most part, we're just doing a panel, bringing up some topics. And yeah, like I said, Manny's the podcaster. I am not. I can make graphics and I run this show, but I am no good as a host. And I've said to my team, like, just cut me off, tell me to shut, or just completely bury me. And they don't. They just sit there and I stop talking, dead air. I'm not doing this right, am I, guys? So anyway, I have an awesome team. Jimmy's great. He's from Canada. Get all that, but he is.
When he's on time.
Well, there's that, yeah. And there's Kaisa. She is in Texas. She's my rock. She's become my female elderly sponsor. And then,
elderly?
No, I meant wrong thing to say.
Bad
choice. You're right.
I mean, look, just because I'm 63, okay.
I mean, respect her. I mean, more like respect your elders. But yeah, so Manny, what's going on in your world? How's running all over the place, spreading?
Well, I tell you, first of all, I heard Billy's intro and how you've seen him on TV and all that, and I've also been on. You guys have seen me, but not on his shows. It could have been America's Most Wanted, probably that. But you were talking about you and your A meetings and just going in there and putting both feet in the mouth and doing everything. Mm-hmm. Before I started with this is way back in my partying my ass off days. I have an AA story, and we went to a party. Me and about 5 guys were invited to a hall party. And my one buddy happened to own a adult entertainment business with these dancers.
Yes.
So we had cases of beer, bottles of liquor, and strippers. We were every party's wet dream. Mm-hmm. And so they give us the address to this hall. So there's a good chance we had a few pops in this already. We get to the hall. We find the building. We find the door. Well, we basically do a running start to make this grand entrance with cases of liquor, cases of beer, bottles of liquor, and strippers, only to find out we went into the wrong door and it was a freaking AA meeting.
You are kidding me, right? Next door to each other, of course, right now.
It was in the building next door. We were in the wrong building. So we walk in, and naturally, I see a bar. I see a bar set up there, and all these people yelling, and I'm thinking we are the hit of the party already. So I make my way over to the bar with these strippers, and then found out where we really were. So, and I think that's how I wound up on Most Wanted.
Well, you personally were on Most Wanted, or
no?
No. Okay, I didn't understand.
I was just messing. I had to try to think of something stupid.
Well, here's something stupid. I have a similar story. Just replace AA meeting with gay bar, and then just take it from there. So, I was in Philadelphia, and it took me a minute to realize there are no women in this bar. And I looked at my brother, and I said, "How wasted are you?" He's like, "Why?" I said, "You brought us to a gay bar, Jay." And he's like, "Oh," he's all wasted after a hockey game. But I noticed it took me a minute to notice it too. Because there's some pretty men, you know what I mean? There are some pretty guys that do it up nice.
Come with me, sailor.
Yeah.
I happen to like gay bars.
I didn't mind it. I like gay people. The drinks were a little expensive, but it is what it is. I'm friends with gay people. I legit Will is. I find hysterical, and I've broken a few hearts because I'm straight, and they don't like that. So Will is one of my best friends. He is gay. My drug dealers, my last 2 were gay. Just my nephew's gay. Everybody's gay. You know what I mean? And I'm just not. I don't like anything. I don't like men or women private parts. It's all gross. I don't know why God did that to us too. I won't get into the God thing. But I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why do we not poop in the little lavender?
Here he goes again with a blue.
Here's another idea. How about we don't poop at all? You're the creator of the universe.
You just got pooped out of a whale.
You make us poop. You make us poop. Well, that makes a whole lot of sense. Creator. Now I believe in God. It is actually Palm Sunday. That means it's the week before Christmas, Easter, whatever it is. Easter. Wow. The week before. Yeah, I'm shot out. Shot out. So it's the Sunday before the day.
Coming back.
Right. Christians believe that Jesus was resurrected a week from today.
And it actually happens on 4/20.
It does. Hitler's birthday, Columbine. I mean, I can go on, people. My ex-wife's birthday. That tells you something. So it's a crazy Sunday. A lot of shit happens. But yeah, a lot of people don't know why they're getting drugged to church next Sunday. They're like, I don't like this. I don't get it. It is for. They believe Jesus was. You okay, guys? Y'all did. You good?
I get on the show, I yawn.
Yeah,
Just
It's my
yawn.
trademark. I don't know
fucking-
what to tell you.
It's a fucking boring show. I know that, but
No, that's not it.
so yeah, so Christians believe Jesus was resurrected 3 days after he was killed or whatever. He, I'm
Viewers
not.
drop is now down to 2. Good job,
I know.
Eddie.
Users, viewers,
Yeah,
zero.
he's making so many points with Catholics right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love it.
right.
It's like, yeah, something
Racking
like
them
that.
up.
Some guy, and there's a cross or something to do with it. And I
man,
know
you
there's
got
3 days.
You got all
You
these
know.
trollers right now. Good
least-
job, Tim.
Oh,
I know
man.
yeah,
And I do all the emails. Thanks, buddy.
that's true. You have to filter those out. Take it with a grain of salt, there, Jimmy. I don't know. I went to church this morning, which is why I bring this up. And standing there 8:30 in the morning. I went to sleep 3 hours ago, and I'm like, what am I doing? But like my mom is in the choir and all this shit, so I go to appease my parents a couple times a month. My spirituality has nothing to do with religion. That's a lot of people in AA. A lot of people turned off by religion and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean that's I don't know if it's a woman, a man, I don't know, like I don't know, maybe we're in the Matrix, right? And or God is.
Hey, Kaisa, what's the safe word, Kaisa? What's the safe word again?
Stop.
Yeah, shut up. So anyway, next Easter is Easter Sunday. We will be here. It will be our 100th show. Isabella Jennings is going to be
If we
scared.
last that long.
Yeah, exactly.
Canceled.
Isabella Jennings is going to be like, later. See you later. I'm out of here. She drew the short straw, so she's
Yeah, this just in from the Pope.
she's on episode 100 next Sunday. Wednesday. I don't think we have a guest because we usually do guests on Sundays. And then we do Wednesdays.
Well, Lauren will be on with
Lawrence
us.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't think we have a
This show will be
guest,
on
though.
till then. Me and Billy will still be here.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So
you're
that's-
I
talking.
can't get out of the Matrix, man.
I don't know. I'll digress for a little bit. I have something
Oh,
to
that'd
do.
be good.
I'm leaving it up to my team. Let's see how you guys do. I'm doing something. Go ahead.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I heard you guys talk about Phyllis Klaber.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I had her. She's a real good friend of my friend Lori in Athens, Alabama, where I'm going to that event, the Addiction Eviction event in June. I've been very honored to Lori asked me to be not only a guest speaker there, but actually to open the event for them. And her friend Phyllis got a hold of me, and she was on our show. And you're not kidding, man. She was nervous as could be. And I said, I go, Phyllis, I'm the host of the show, but you're the star of the show, man. Let's do it. And she, well, like Tim said, all she had to do was just sit back and talk. And, there wasn't a dry comment. You could tell. I mean, there was just tears falling, man. She caught their attention. So you guys had definitely a great guest.
Yeah, she's a nice lady.
She is. She's a sweetheart. She really is.
Oh, she loved her Manny. She was great. I think she cries every time she tells it, but
she does.
It's real.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I cry once a
She's
year.
earned her rights, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but she is dead set on spreading a message that people aren't alone and that there's help, and that's really important because there's not a lot of Phyllis Klabers out there either. We're like a niche group. The 7 or 8 of us that do this thing online, we're nuts. Yeah, she's sweet. We have a lot of it comes with the territory. Death comes with the territory.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be. I'm desensitized to it right now, but like it does. It goes hand in hand with addiction. Some people live, some people die. I mean, that's how it goes.
That's for sure, man. I tell you what, my time with Detroit Police and I also in EMT, I worked EMS. So between working as an officer EMT and I also rode with the 1%er Club, I can't even tell you how many body bags I filled and it gets to the point where it's just, you're not even talking about the person. You get so numb to it. And it's a sad thing, but when you're doing what we do, man, it's a necessity for that job because you have to. When I first started, I mean, I was doing that stuff for a long time, man. And the first time you see the stuff that you see as a first responder, and I'm not bragging. Trust me. There's
No,
stuff
I
I wish
believe it. I know, I
I
get
mean, the PTSD, man, hits hard, and that's why that's part of my show as well. God bless all my brothers and sisters out there that do that. But yeah, I mean, I hear you, Tim. Though that you talk about these terrible things, and people look at you like that's terrible. You're like, oh yeah, that's right, it is.
Yep.
It's
Oh
almost
yeah.
like we forget because
Yeah.
it's just part of our lives.
Become immune.
Yeah, yeah, we really do.
Yeah. Jimmy, do you see a lot of that up in Canada? Like, I feel like it's
Oh, well, I've experienced it personally. Like
that's what I'm
my,
asking. Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah, and like my first spawn. See, and then today I was taking Casey for a walk, and then all these cops were down the creek, and they found a body in the creek, and the body was already in a bag. Like this was obviously a hit or something,
Oh,
a drug
that's-
deal gone bad. They threw him into a bag, and then like this guy was all beat up and everything, and they found the body in a bag.
In Regina, Saskatchewan.
In
What do you-
Regina, Saskatchewan.
what is
Come
going on up
down,
there?
guys.
You fucking Canadians.
Yeah,
So-
right. I'll be up there in
That's some
September.
crazy shit. So Vinny, you were a EMT. I forget that part of it. I think of you as a cop and a biker. I forgot about the EMT part of it. So you have seen your fair share of traumatic shit.
Did you call me Vinny?
Yeah, he did.
You called me Vinny.
That's
What,
his
really?
brother.
Yeah, Vinny.
When-
He goes, yo, Vinny.
Oh my!
Yo,
I'm not
You're a
That's his cousin. That's his cousin,
Vinny.
Vinny.
Vinny Vitale.
No.
I meant to
Yeah,
say
that's
Manny.
right.
I'm
no,
what I get for
He's one of
working
the
on
youth.
stuff.
He's one of the
All
youth.
right.
Vinny Vitale.
So Vinny Vitale, yeah.
Hey,
Manny,
how you-
what did you?
Mix your salad. How you doing?
That's not a respect thing. That's a distraction thing. What what was it that has to haunt you now? Like it would to me if I saw. I still see my friend's broken bone from 8th grade. I couldn't handle that. Like I can't imagine seeing stuff as an EMT.
Oh man, I mean between the two with the up police and with the EMS, I mean it's just stuff that you can't imagine. We had a person who called to the scene. It was a dumpster, and that's always once you walking up to it, you just let your mind go because once you look in there, I mean, expect the unexpected, and then it's 10 times worse. We had an individual, which was kind of wild because it ended up being bike related as well, club related as well as a law enforcement obviously issue. And this person was shot numerous times, stabbed numerous times, had half of his head and face gone with an axe, set on fire, and then cut in half. And that was pretty much the best part of it. And then what we saw, I mean, was it got worse. And we had it's insane. My uncles who were on the job, I remember hearing one of them one time talking to someone about the calls you get and the worst thing. And this person said, "Uncle, that must have been the worst thing." He goes, "No, the worst thing is the next time your radio goes off and the next call you go on." It just, yeah. And that's why with first responders, man, it's such a big issue with addiction.
Yeah, I'll bet you want to drown that out. I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Vinny's camera. I can't seem to do that.
That damn Vinny.
I know. I was looking at something with a V. Actually, I was doing Lauren's
Vitale. I'm trying to find Vitale's camera.
I'm talking about Vitale.
That damn
it's like-
Vitale.
I only listen to him every fucking day, but I call him Vinny. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I mean, my brother is a cop, or was a cop, or retired, or whatever. I'm trying to figure out a Vinny cam here real quick. My brother's a cop, or was a cop, and he said his first day on the job, they made him. There's a car accident, people all messed up, and they made him guard a shoe, make sure nobody took the foot and the shoe it was in, because you're Trent, New Jersey. One shoe's better than none, and he had to stand in the road and stare at a foot just sitting in a boot right in the middle of the road. That was his first thing as a cop. So like the other shit he's seen is probably horrendous, and he's beaten me up a few times to where there's no marks on me. He knows how to do that. Cops, it's a lot with the ears. Like he fucked my ears up pretty good. So yeah, I've gotten into it a few times with him, but he's seen it. And when we were cool, I would hang out in his backyard by the fire, all that, and he would come home and be like, "Oh shit!" He would start emptying his pockets. He's got a crack pipe. He's got bags of heroin, which I'm like, like he was like this rogue cop guy, like TAC unit or whatever, and they just take drugs off everybody so much during the day they accidentally bring some home. So like
Oops.
that was he saw some up shit. You know what I mean? So a
Right.
lot goes out to those first responders, EMS people, cops. I was an asshole. I broke my neck in a car accident. I was combative. I wouldn't stay in the neck brace. I was
Oh, yeah.
fighting the. I was an asshole. And we got to remember that's what they had to go through is all that
I
stuff.
tell you what, when
Have
you
to deal with
Narcan
you.
somebody, as soon as
Mhm.
if we get someone, we got a Narcan, the very first thing you get ready for is to start fighting.
Yep.
That's the first thing you do when you Narcan someone, get ready to start throwing punches.
Funny, the Narcan I remember being administered. I didn't get up mad. I woke up on the toilet, EMS all over the place. My favorite shirt cut up, and all I could think about is, did I hide the drugs before this all happened? Because I hope they're still here.
Usually it's like you ruined my buzz. You ruined my buzz
Yeah.
and throwing
Thanks.
punches. And I had a guy jump out of the rig, and I kind of helped
And
him out of it, but it's like
yeah,
you want to get the hell out, man. But yeah, that's the worst part. You ruined my buzz. Well, you were dead, but
yeah.
sorry,
Well, it's I guess it took me from wasted high just to baseline because I was fine. All the EMS people left. It's Christmas Eve, and my dad's like screaming at me. The fuck is wrong with you? My mom comes home. She's like, "You guys didn't come to church. You wouldn't have known that the cul-de-sac was filled with EMS and police. They all left. They're gone." My mom's like, "Why didn't you come to church?" My dad literally, I still hear it today. He goes, "Oh, Timmy overdosed." Like it's a fucking normal thing. And I just it put me back to baseline. I was embarrassed. I was scared of the repercussions or whatever. And then I hit it in a good spot, and I was able to do it again, just a little bit less though this time. And I'm a fucking drug addict. You know what I mean? It's wild when you think of that. That like my recollection of that is waking up and my Flyers shirt being cut off. It was a $45 shirt they cut open, and that's what I'm upset about. My dad had to see me dead and try to save my life. So like that's what we do to the people behind us. And that was another thing that I'm just hit me.
Run the Crystal Gale t-shirt.
Mm, that's another. What hits me is the damage we do is to other people, and that's where if you don't if you don't understand that at some point, you're just going to do this damage till you hurt everybody and they're dead
Yep.
because other people don't deserve for you to let them off the hook, for you to leave them. They're sober, you're not, so you don't remember anything. But like I don't know, Kaisa. So,
I had say this real quick. Right before I got sober, I had already made up my mind that I knew I had to do something. So I was reaching out and stuff after having the conversation with my liver specialist.
mhm,
But I had a moment of clarity, and and the thought came to me. Well, if I die, people are going to actually be sad.
mhm,
And I knew that I knew that I wasn't supposed to die. I
right,
knew I was supposed to do something, not
yeah,
what I was doing, but I think that was also a part of when I was so willing to do whatever it took,
yeah, yeah.
So
It was
Yep.
anybody here ever not want to die but didn't want to live? Like I'm sure
yes.
all five of us, but like, can anybody else explain their experience with that? Like, not.
Well, I was just one with Billy. This is my first time seeing, getting to chat with you, even though first thing I said is I know that guy.
Mhm.
With the industry that you're in, man, I mean, how it is with all of us, and it's all around and all that stuff.
Mhm.
What's it like for you, man? And as far as opportunities, or like some of the people that you've met that are in that platform that you're in, I mean, what is that like behind the scenes?
I haven't really seen a lot of it, like say on a film set. But I do know that like I'm part of the labor union that works on the crew, and they, addiction is a big thing for them, and they have all kinds of help for
Mhm.
I was
employees and
wondering
things
about
like
that.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You,
It's a big deal. So
you're you're
it is a serious problem in the industry, but I
yeah,
don't,
I
I
don't think
can't
you're
say that I've actually seen something like that
yeah.
on a set. It's usually happening,
Oh yeah.
somewhere where I'm not.
You're just not cool enough. You will. Give it time.
Well,
Give it time. Just be patient. Oh.
I also know a few of the people that I work with that are also, in the program, staying sober, and I kind of
Mhm.
gravitate towards those people when I see them.
Smart. Yep. I mean, that's you think like athletes and all these people have all this money and they have access to all this shit, and the people that are involved with this disease, they're all miserable with $1 million. It doesn't matter. I mean, money's just paper. You might know about this, Manny. I mean, Vinny. I'm sorry. Do you ever hear that Chris Herron guy, the guy that played basketball for Kaiser? You have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had to watch it in
in
rehab.
rehab, of
I
course.
mean, in IOP, we watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the ones though. You know you're a rehab OG if you've seen that one a couple of times because they pull that out of the back of their hat. That dude played for the Celtics. He was a drug addict the entire time, and he was. I'll never forget. He said that he was waiting for a playoff game to start, and his drug dealer was stuck in traffic right around the corner from the Garden or whatever it was, and he literally went out in his warm ups, climbed onto the motorway or highway or whatever, found his drug dealer, made the drug dealer, ran back in the Garden, shot 35 points. So that's like, it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all these guys. Look at like for hockey, for me back in the day with the Wings. Look at Probert. I mean, a lot of these guys.
Oh my God.
I mean, I played up until I played past like college, then juniors and stuff. It was beer. That was the normal in the locker room. But you know, Proby had beer, plus he had Coke in his underwear and crossing the border. See you guys, Jim, and all that. But I mean, you said like like with Billy, with actors, with athletes. It's accessible, and then not only that, because it doesn't matter if you have millions, because everyday low life scumbags like us that have it want to be around Billies. They want to be around athletes. So it's like, hey man, we got this. Well, how we're not going to charge you. We'll just want to hang around you. So here it's free. So
wow, that's crazy.
I'm sure a lot of that happens out there too.
Those athletes, Manny, those like Bob Probert and Donald Brashear, Ty Domi, all these people they were functioning addicts while they were playing, so that's why they got to play. But like, it takes a lot of people out. I've read a lot of sports stories where guys have been taken out, and it's just heartbreaking stuff because they're given more leeway because they're famous. People believe their lies more because they're famous. And we're idiots as people. We just, oh my God, he's the best. I love him. He can't do anything wrong. And then he overdoses. It's more common than you think. Player in the Flyers, Kevin Hayes. He was at his brother's 2-year-old's birthday party, and like, where's Mike or whoever his brother was, and nobody could find him. They went to the bathroom. He's dead in the bathroom at a birthday party. His brother, grown ass man, hockey player, just dead in the bathroom, and that's becoming kind of normal. You know what I mean? Like, not that normal, but yeah. I mean, it's becoming alarming. I mean, people are dying from fentanyl all over the place, and that really is the problem at this point. I mean, it's problem is everybody does drugs, but it's fentanyl. You don't know what you're doing anymore, so you're not actually choosing to get what you get out of fentanyl. It chooses you. So
they just had. I heard on the sports radio this morning there was a college kid getting ready to get drafted to go pro, and I don't even know if he was under the influence, but he was driving, went to pass someone, went in the other lane, hit some 70-some-year-old guy head on, killed him. Yeah. Well, the rumor was, the talk around ESPN and the NFL, he was still going to be drafted, and they were going to work out the legalities as he went on with his contract. Last night, he blew his head off because of the guilt. He committed suicide. Now, I don't know if I didn't hear anything about drugs at all, so I don't want to even start a rumor. But, when you're dealing with, sports and athletes and actors and the pressure and everything that's built on, I mean, it's just intense. And then you throw drugs, you throw all this, notoriety on you. I mean, it's, people look at it every day. It's like, God, I wish that was me. I wish I, could get on these shows, to do like the acting, like, like Billy and whoever these athletes to do that. Well, like you said, man, be careful what you wish for, because there's a dark side. Yep. And, and addiction, like I always say in my show, man, just remember, addiction's only a fucking word. It's not a death sentence, but addiction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're an actor. It doesn't care if you're an athlete. All it cares is if you're willing to give in. And that's why we're all here, because we don't give in. It's time to kick addiction's ass.
Absolutely right.
So that's why we're here, guys.
I'm with you on that, Manny. I follow you quite a bit. I'm like a secret behind the scenes follower, stealing your ideas.
He's a stalker. Hey, he's a stalker. For sure.
Listen to this. This is funny. In retrospect, Manny does a show. He has me on, and we figure out all the computer stuff. And I'm like all excited, like, holy shit, this is everything I'm doing, and I can do it for you. And I just literally hijack his show, like unintentionally, and it's an hour, and all the graphics are changed, all the music's changed. I think I'm just hanging out having fun. I'm just
Now
It's
I
all right.
got kicked off of YouTube. They're like, you're no longer allowed on YouTube. Thanks, Tim.
all right.
Way to
So
go, Tim.
AC/DC, huh? I've never heard of it.
Yeah. They said but that's
Well,
all right. We'll work it out.
You'll worry. I got some music for you to listen to.
All
More
good. It's
free
all
stuff.
good, brother.
So anyway, yeah, that's crazy. I never I violate several thousand copyright laws a show,
Yes, you
and
do.
somehow we don't get violated or blocked or anything like that. But maybe that's to Manny's credit that he's big enough to where he gets blocked. I haven't heard enough from Jim Leibel.
What's up?
You just look great with that shirt on. I want to hear more about what's in your head.
What's in my head?
Let's do daily reflections. I don't want to hear what's in your head. God knows what's in there. Let's do daily reflections.
Yeah.
You good on
Yes.
that? Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Atta
Okay,
boy.
kids, our daily refraction for April the 13th. It is the false comfort of self-pity. Self-pity is one of the most unhappy and consuming defects that we know. It is a bar of all spiritual progress, and can cut off all effective communication with our fellows because of its inordinate demands for attention and sympathy. It is a maudlin form of martyrdom, which we can ill afford. And that's from As Bill Sees It, page 238. All right, the false comfort of self-pity screens me from reality only momentarily, and then demands it like a drug, and I even take a bigger dose. If I succumb to this, it could lead to relapsing into drinking. What can I do? One certain antidote is to turn my attention, however slightly at first, towards others who are genuinely less fortunate than I, preferably other alcoholics. In the same degree, I can actively demonstrate my empathy with them, and I will lessen my own aggravated suffering. There, end of the lesson, kids.
Boy, here I think I didn't listen to anything you said because I think it's so funny that Kaisa is hidden behind the TVMA spot. See, I love it. She's not going right. Hi,
There
Kaisa.
she is. Hey,
Bye,
guys.
Kaisa. Hi, Kaisa. Bye, Kaisa. No, self pity. This is some. I'll live in my self pity easily. Like I'm either in the past, Tim. I'm either self pity full, you know, feeling bad for myself, or I'm the opposite. I have this ego where I'm the best and you suck, and like I'm just trying to. At this point, I'm trying to be aware of that. But self pity is dangerous because it's lies that we tell ourselves that we may take action on, and that's really dangerous. Anybody can throw in whatever they want to say on this one.
I
Actually, I'm going
was
to pick
always
somebody. Billy, go.
I was always taught that yeah, it's just ego in reverse. You just think
No.
you're the worst thing in the whole world, and I love my self pity, man. I like to
Yeah.
wallow around in that shit big time.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
For me.
yes, poor
Pour
pitiful me.
pour me a drink.
Go get me another drink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And this is but I drank because of you. I didn't drink because of me. I didn't drink.
right.
I'm an addict. You made me drink.
There we
Everybody.
are, master. I tell you, Billy, we are the masters of manipulation. You know
Tell
what?
him, Vinny.
You can get in my face, and I don't care if there's 1, 2, 5 of you, yelling at me because all I'm doing. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll have you guys feeling so bad and probably buying me a drink because it's like I didn't.
Right.
I didn't. I hope you guys are happy now. Now I'm broke and I have no liquor because you guys are calling me a drunk. You guys buy
Yeah.
me a drink. Okay. Well, what?
Yeah. Crazy.
So,
Yeah, that's exactly.
so
it.
Billy, if you have any opening, I could be an extra on one of your shows.
Yes.
But seriously, with no, seriously, man, about that pity thing, it just made me think of the bullshit and the lies and how. I mean, you know what? Actually, Billy, we're all actors,
Yeah.
because we sit there
Oh,
and we
yeah,
put on this
for
front,
sure.
and in the beginning, we're good too because
Yeah.
we can be out of it. And when our family and friends in the beginning, they don't know what they're seeing,
Right.
so they're like, he's acting a little different, but maybe he's just tired, sick, or whatever, because they don't know, especially if they've never been exposed to addiction. Then, as everything starts progressing, they're like, he's not tired. He's just an idiot on drugs. And then
Yeah.
it just
Ding,
starts to
ding.
progress.
Yeah.
And then we
He's
still
not
think, and
tired.
then we still think that we're, yeah, look at it. You're like, what? It sounds like this. Wow, did you see? I just had the whole conversation. I fooled them all. They didn't have a clue. It actually came out. Yes, we fooled them. They didn't
Yeah.
have it. I was and they're just like, he didn't finish one sentence and he
Mhm.
fell down in front of us.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Mhm.
do you think they noticed? And we, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bill, you're right, man. We just use it to our best of our ability.
We're always the last ones to find out that we have a problem. You know what I mean? And like
Oh, yeah.
the meeting I chaired tonight was lying was the topic, and like you said, like you lie about everything, and you don't know where your lies start, where they begin, where they end. You don't know who you lied to, what you said. It's exhausting. It really is, and lying's just covering up some kind of fear. Fear of that person knowing something about you. I lied. Every other word out of my mouth was a lie. And, to be transparent, to be on a screen twice a week, to go up, I'm holding myself accountable now because if I come on here and think I'm talking good, I'm slurring my words, everybody in the world's like, Tim's high, show's over, and that's what would happen. So like,
Yeah.
I keep that in my mindset that I'm responsible to other people.
Yeah.
That they put their trust in me, so I have to be responsible and give them what they need. And it's not coming from me. It's pulling Manny's on, it's pulling Billy's on, it's pulling Kais's Jim's on. That's my job. I'm the host because I'm an idiot and I don't really know how to do this. But like for the most part, the wisdom comes out of Kais, Vinny, and
Mint.
I know.
Monty.
I know his name. So
One of the hardest things for me, man, was just going through this little path was figuring out what emotions were instead of just being
Oh,
a
yeah.
word. Like
Yeah.
someone said, I remember someone, I was in a relationship, and this girl's like, love you. She, oh, do you love me? I'm like, no,
yeah,
I just said the word. You mean you mean it? Hell no. And then, well, do you know you're breaking my heart? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I care? No.
yeah,
And then, but now that we're sober, I look back because now I get in these situations and I think back on some of these situations that I was in, and I look back and one really catches my attention is I was having a conversation with my mom, and I was in my drunken ass stupid days, and she was crying in front of me, a few little boo boo tears, which turned into literally sobbing, beating her chest, and she said, "You are breaking my heart." And I sat there and I was just like, okay, what, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. All right. All right. And that I'm not even kidding. This is how my actions and my tone was. All right. I get it. You made your point. So time passes. Now it's years gone by that I'm sober. We're great. We have the best relationship. I'm sitting at that same table with her. And all of a sudden we're laughing, joking around. I'm looking at her and it was like a slideshow went off in front of me. I'm looking at her in the same seat, and all of a sudden I see her with tears. And then I see the next one, and I hear her sobbing. The next one, you're breaking my heart. And all of a sudden I started to feel the emotions that a normal person would feel when you're hurting your mother. All of a sudden I lose it. I start crying. And she's like, what's the matter? And I go, I am so sorry. I didn't feel anything when I was doing that. So now, people say, let the past go. That's the pet. I don't let it go because I'm grateful that I know how terrible that I feel doing what I did.
Yep.
And it's just like, what a piece of shit. And for all the people, the men, women, family, friends who have stood by us through that abuse, and you're still here. Yes, we're the heroes for taking that step and doing what we did. But for those who stood by us, God bless you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. God above, of course, but my family and friends who, I did what I did. But to learn emotions now, it's like, oh, so this is what it feels like to feel remorse and upset and all that. And then there's other times it's like, man, it was so much easier when I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
You hurt my feeling. Like we got
So
one. right?
Yeah.
No,
We got one.
that's really well said. Holy shit!
Oh.
So like, yeah, but that's where self pity comes in too, right? So we
Mhm.
like feel bad for ourselves. This whole
Yes.
spiral of disaster.
Yeah, it
I'm
goes right back to what Billy said, man.
yep. What did Billy say? I'm good at saying yep. I'm not listening to you. Yeah, well, at least
I
you're being
got you,
honest.
Billy.
Yeah, well,
What if
for
what
me,
if
it
you
was
say?
almost like having another job. Having to
Oh
lie and
yeah,
brand
exactly.
stuff,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
oh yeah, it was like a whole.
exhausting.
You get off one job and then go start figuring out how you're gonna get through the next day, and that's a whole nother job.
Yep. And then you get clean, time slows down, and like you don't know what to do with yourself. Like you're so used to running around doing everything, getting the dopamine high from going and getting your drugs, doing all that. Times it starts to become your addiction as well. Getting the drugs, doing the drugs, the whole lifestyle, it,
Oh
it
yeah,
becomes who you are, it defines you. And lying goes hand. There is no doubt. Like if I'm not even going to tell my parents, hey, I shot heroin for the first time today. What do you think? And also like lying by omission. You know what I mean? You can lie by omission by leaving things out or by not telling the whole truth.
Mhm.
That's a lie.
So
It's
was Billy under the using when he was working when you're doing your acting when you're doing this stuff? Were you using that?
Um, let's see. I got in the industry probably around 2018, and I sobered up in 2020. So for that first 2 years, yeah, I was.
Well,
wow.
yeah, no. Did it ever get to the point where someone said, "Hey, Billy, man, I got to talk to you off camera here," or I mean, not off set?
Not,
Did it ever?
no, it never did because I was able to hold it together. I guess while I was
Wow.
there, it was,
Yeah.
there was a couple of days like I wouldn't show up for work, and oh my god, they were so, oh, it's okay, it's all right, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, see, you're good at what you do. You are
He
good.
is.
They didn't know
Yeah.
if you were acting or.
He
Well,
knows what he's doing.
there's a lot of like love bombing, I think is what you would call in that industry.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
There's a
so.
lot of that, and yeah,
Man,
That's crazy.
that's a
It
lot to
is.
take on, man. I mean, dealing with your own personal life and then being put in this other world and
Yep.
having to remember. I mean, it's hard enough to remember our own lies. And now
Yeah.
you got to remember your own lies that you told. Now you got to, oh, by the way, Billy, you're no longer Billy. Here, read this and remember this. Hey, then you're like, hey, I could use this in my next bullshit session to the next,
Maybe
That's
sit down.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. Oh my god, I didn't think about it that way. You're lying to hide who you really are. So like, if you practice it, you can get good at it. I think. I don't know, but that's pretty funny. I didn't think about that part, Billy. That you're in the acting industry, and everything I've heard about actors, everybody's on drugs. Like everybody's nuts, and they still act. So I don't know. I just it's interesting. I
I
didn't
don't
think
know if
that.
it's like that prevalent, but most of what I hear about is mostly like the crew members. Like
Yeah.
it apparently is a
Oh,
big
okay.
deal
Well,
there too. So
all right. Again, me talking about something I don't know. Anybody
Guys,
want to talk who's not me? Because I'm an asshole.
sure, that'd be great.
Great.
Sure, I got a question.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Okay, I'll ask.
Now-
Well, it's actually
now-
for both,
now we're cooking.
for Billy and for Manny,
Manny,
for
Tim.
Vinny.
Vinny.
If you could go back and what advice would you give your younger self before you realized you had a problem? What advice would you have given your younger self?
Was it a job interview?
No, like life
Go
advice,
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Mister.
man,
Smart.
I tell you, for me, I mean, if I'm looking back at my sober self, it'd be just to believe in yourself, man. And because you sit there when you get to those points, it's just like, man, nobody gets it. I'm the only one that feels this way. And I would try to tell, no, I would be talking to myself, no, you are not the only one that feels this way. But
Right.
when you're in active addiction, no one else feels this. I'm the only one. I'm the only one in this hole. I'm the only one in this pain. No one else feels this when every single one of us feels it. So
Yeah.
I would just say, hey, listen, you are not alone. We are all in here. We're you are going to get through this, man. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it worth it? Hell yes.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. And that's
Well
the thing.
said.
Like everybody has a different levels of like pain and stuff, but we all share suffering. We all go through that pain of like, I can't figure this out.
Yeah.
Help,
Yeah.
right? And we all hit that point.
She was asking to go to the bathroom. I thought
Yes,
she
you
already
did.
went. So I'm sorry.
I
I don't know how to get rid of her camera.
How about Billy? Can you answer that one? That question?
I don't know if
I
I don't know if there would be anything I could tell my sober self telling my loaded self. Like, I wouldn't listen to anybody back then.
Yeah,
I don't know that I even
definitely.
would have listened. They say it takes what it takes, and it took me a few times to get it. I came in and out for like 12 years thinking I was going to figure it out at some point, and thank God I did it. But
without a doubt,
it took a while. And
what's funny is, full disclosure,
that could be it. I mean, that might be what you would say to yourself. Hey, listen, man, I know that you're not listening to me, and I'm not listening to me either right now, but we're not giving up. Just so you know, I'm going to come back again, and I'm not giving up. So, but are you listening? No. No.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm listening now. I just it's what I did before. Full disclosure, prior to the show, I'm such a fumbling idiot that shouldn't be on a podcast. I typed in best questions to ask a guest, and then it became my job interview questions. And Jim, you asked one. So what would you say to yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself working in 5 years from now? Kind of like the one you asked. What are you proud of in your career? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Tell me about yourself. Blah blah blah. All right, let's. This is a segment we want to get it going. It's a great time if we do it right. It's called Beer For and After. I made that up. So we're gonna do obviously before and after shots. People all banged up in active addiction, and then people finding their sobriety. So I only have a couple examples. I'm just announcing this now, so you idiots can reach out and give me these things. So the first one, who is this guy? You think?
Oh wow,
my accountant.
I wouldn't trust the one on the left, but yeah, I could probably. It is Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks. Look at this fucking guy. He went downhill pretty quick. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, I've seen that picture.
Yeah. So I've.
But like, talk about like a success story, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's sad is I was Googling him prior to the show to make sure he's still sober or get my story straight, because who knows? That was 3 years ago. He may be dead right now. I don't even know it. So yeah, he's a success story. Still sober. So you watch the Ducks, right? The Mighty Ducks, Manny.
Yep, I got a before shot for you here. If I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it in my little camera shot there.
Hold on.
That's me.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I love it.
You get him, Manny.
That was
Manny.
That was the shooting, and about less than a year later, I got stabbed right down here on the side of my face. The plate, they cut me, as you can see, from under my eyelid all the way down and pulled this all down. So I got a nice big plate here. And then I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Well,
yeah.
And so now they got me right down the side here with a razor knife.
God.
So that's my before.
That's ridiculous. You win. It's over. No segment. One and
that's
done.
what they say. They go, man, you got a face for radio, boy.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. You're a good looking chap. So our next one is a friend of ours. You'll see her on Wednesday, and she graciously allowed me to do this. I asked her permission. She said yes. Look at this. This is rough, Lauren. I'll be honest with you. Can't wait to go camping, but not with the girl on the left. So the one on the right.
Why don't you go to sleep, Tim?
Yeah, you.
We can only go camping at night.
I'm so happy that you got clean and sober, because you are you're a pretty girl.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Man.
So she'll
God
be
bless
on.
you, Lauren. Great job, man.
Yeah,
she's great. She's what is she? Almost a year sober.
A year now. Yeah.
Oh shit! No, her year is on the 16th, which is Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, is it Wednesday?
Manny. Man, I called Jimmy Manny, so there's that. I thought I missed it all of a sudden. Yeah, it's Wednesday, and she's on the show. Awesome, that's fun.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Birthday.
Oh, how nice.
Yep.
I'll bake a cake.
Cool.
Yeah, episode 99. Who wants to be 99? You know what I mean? Other than Wayne Gretzky.
I'm just gonna say that.
So
Agent 99 from Get Smart. Come on.
that's our friend. So yeah, Isabella Jennings will be on next Sunday, a week from now, 420, episode 100. I guarantee she will be scared and run out the door. So
I
you
would
can
be.
watch. Yeah, you can watch that unfold live. Nikki D the following Sunday, episode 102. Nikki's a good time. You know, Nikki's just he doesn't know what the hell he is, but none of us do, and he's cool. So that's I have Billy. I have you in for May 7th. I don't know if that's accurate or what.
Who's
but-
that guy?
Yeah.
Who?
Who's Billy?
Billy, that's you.
Who's that
You, Billy.
Billy,
Maybe
Billy,
I don't.
Billy.
Well, if you want to come on the show, let me know. And then Lauren Emmett, three Wednesdays in a row. And then Stuart Black can suck my balls. Check this out. I'm a figurine in packaging. How great is this? This is all over the internet.
It's the
All over
Tim
the internet.
Snyder action
Sucking
figure.
his figurine. Holy.
What?
You suck the figurine sucking his gut in, dude.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah,
The main
boy.
character sucking his gut in.
Blister pack, yeah.
That's pretty much it. I heard something about pickles. I don't know what it was. Something
pickles.
like once you're a pickle,
I like pickles.
you can go back to being a cucumber.
Nope.
That,
No,
is,
it doesn't.
I
It
think you're gonna
doesn't.
get
Oh,
pickles.
shit.
Nom, nom, nom.
that makes no sense to me. I don't get it, but it's okay.
You've been
careful.
chemically transformed into a pickle. You can't go back. So there. There you go.
Without a doubt. And as always, oh shit! Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, hello, everyone.
Okay, well, how about
So-
them?
We'll talk to his chair.
Yeah, let's talk to his chair before we get better response.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
There you go. So, Manny, have you talked to Daniel?
Yep.
Daniel up in Saskatoon at all? I've been trying to get hold of him.
we chit chat a little bit because we were talking about the intro that I did on his show,
Yeah.
and we actually, we were supposed to get in touch again to do some follow up shows. But I love him and Donna, man. They awesome stuff. And I just saw your other guest, Nick D'Angelo, because I saw his name. And again, I'm not allowed to touch anything on the left side of this desk where there's scheduling going on. But I do remember seeing his name. I think we actually have him scheduled to come on.
Good,
Right on.
good.
Yep.
Bring him
Yep.
on. You'll enjoy him.
He's
Yeah,
a hoot.
He fits your you two would hit it off. Have you met each other or no? This is
He actually popped on when I was on, or when you
Right,
were, or
right.
something like that. He popped on for a little bit. Yeah,
You're
good
right.
guy, man.
I forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Good dude. Yeah, me and it's an interesting story between me and him, but it's he's a good dude. He'll be back on. We're friends still. Yeah, and Billy B has got 1,559 days. That's 8 years, people. 8
Man,
years.
congratulations,
No,
Billy.
Right on, Billy.
it's not that many.
No, it's not 8 years. What is it, like?
No.
What-
1,500 days. No.
It's like 3 years.
Oh,
3,
hold
6,
on.
9,
Wait a
12,
minute.
4 years.
Yes.
5 years.
Four
Billy,
and
just
change.
say what it 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For all you
You don't do my taxes.
for yeah. I'm
No.
borderline retarded, so like just deal with it. For all of you out there that are just complete animals and emailing me right now and texting me, we don't do clean time anymore on Sundays, or we're piloting this. Like, I didn't want to take up 7 minutes of Manny after he sat
Manny.
backstage for 10, 15 minutes. So like, we need to be better to our guests. So we're trying to figure out a format that works for everybody, a format where I'm not just talking nonstop. I don't know. We're all working on it. We're getting there. Vinny, I appreciate you hanging out with us. It was very,
Hey,
it was, you are, you're a different breed. And you
He's
help,
a good breed. He's a
you-
good breed.
you help
I appreciate you guys, man. Big time. I really do.
without a doubt. So that's it. Anybody else got anything they need to get off their chest? Oh, we didn't do fucking this goddamn thing. All right. Who wants to read daily reflections?
I just did
oh,
that.
just for today. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Will's not here. We don't know what to do. What do we do? What do we do?
How about with one of our guests? How about
Billy.
Billy? Would Billy
Billy,
read?
that's right. I forgot about Billy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, let's read some just for today. It is up on the screen and go.
Pretend the script.
All right, just for today, the false comfort of self-pity. When others approve of what we do or say, we
Okay, that's good.
of us and how those opinions make us feel can have positive value. By making us feel good about steering a straight course, they encourage us to continue doing so. People-pleasing is something else entirely. We people-please when we do things right or wrong, solely to gain another person's approval. Low self-esteem can make us think we need someone else's approval to feel okay about ourselves. We do whatever we think it'll take to make them tell us we're okay. We feel good for a while. Then we start hurting. In trying to please another person, we've diminished ourselves and our values. We realize that the approval of others will not fill the emptiness inside us. And that is...
Nope.
The inner satisfaction we seek can be found in doing the right things for the right reasons.
Right.
We break the people-pleasing cycle when we stop acting merely to gain others' approval and start acting on our higher power's will for us. When we do, we may be pleasantly surprised to find that the people who really count in our lives will approve all the more of our behavior. Most importantly, though, we will approve of ourselves. Do whatever you want tomorrow, but just for today.
That's me. Don't read that. That's a joke. I like making jokes. That's funny. It is funny if you think about it.
Anyway, that came from the basic text of NA, page 13.
And baby Jesus said, help me live in accordance with spiritual principles. Only then can I approve of myself. Palm Sunday. Jesus, whatever. Just fucking get your shit together. It's church, AA, NA, whatever. Go do that so you don't die from fentanyl, because that's what's going to happen. So, it's, again, it's Palm Sunday. Next week is Easter Sunday. If you're not a piece of shit like me and you go to church, you will see us afterwards. And I'll leave you with this. Spirituality and religion are two different things. If you go to church next Sunday, it's going to be packed, and it's packed twice a year, Christmas and Easter. So get whatever you can out of whatever you can. Build that tool belt. I like church. I'm just not a huge church guy, but it is Easter, and I do like Reese's Easter egg things. Why do they taste different than regular Reese's? Is that a thing? Like each shape has a different taste? I don't think so, right?
Probably more chocolate and less peanut butter or something.
Maybe that's why.
The ratio is off.
Correct. Did you know that you let Reese's melt in your mouth? You don't just eat them. A little patience. Let it melt in your mouth, and you're good to go. All right.
Nice. Thank you.
Love you guys. Appreciate you coming on, everybody, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
You know what? Before you leave, Billy, please get my information from one of these individuals here so we can get you on My Fight or War.
Without a doubt. And My Fight or War is Manny's podcast. It is a different style, but it is awesome. I listen every day. I listen every day, Manny. I'll call you Vinny. But
appreciate you, man.
And I get them copyright.
Both of us do.
Yep. Some more. Oh, good. So yeah, we're all friends here. We're building a recovery community. Manny is. We are. It's just what was said earlier, and I think Manny that was said. It is you need other people. You cannot do this alone. It is my fight. It is our war. And that's the same. It goes AA too, the fellowship, whatever. We all need each other because we're all the same, and we all share the same affliction, and we need each other's help to get through this. Other than that, we don't stand a chance. So, thanks everybody. Check out Manny's podcast, My Fight or War, and that is it. Thanks, Billy, for standing in for Will, and thank you guys. We'll be on Wednesday at 8:00.
I get no time.